Oh, I need coffee so bad. So it's puff pastry and asparagus time. I love the summertime. I love all the beautiful bounty of vegetables that come out of the gardens up and down the country this time of the year. One of my favourite vegetables of all is asparagus. Beautiful, fresh summertime asparagus. And really simple ways of cooking it. There's tons of different ways. Popping it on pizza, in toast, just eating it raw in a salad. But I love to make a little asparagus tart using some puff pastry that you can buy in the supermarket, in the freezer section or in the fresh section. So all you need, you know the story now. We've done a few videos now at this stage, you know the story. Get that shopping list out, get a good pencil and start writing down. All you need for this recipe is a good big bunch of asparagus, maybe 2 bunches if you're feeding more than 2 people. Some really good parmesan, some goat cheese, a little bit of dijon, salt and pepper, and some puff pastry. And again, as I said earlier on, it's fresh or frozen in the supermarket. If it's the frozen variety, that's perfectly fine. Buy it, bring it home, leave it to frost overnight in your fridge, and it is A1. Perfect. Right, I'm gonna move my coffee out of the way. So I've had a long day, that's why I need the coffee, to keep me going, keep me buzzing, keep all that lovely energy. So first of all, preheat your oven to about 190 degrees Celsius. We're going to take a roll of puff pastry. It already comes in parchment paper, just like that, already rolled out. Now, I'm going to move it onto a tray. Now you don't need to line a tray like I did, because it comes on parchment paper, so you can kind of save the planet. 1 sheet of parchment at a time, if you want. Get rid of that. Now, fork. What we're going to do first of all, with the fork, is we're going to start stabbing it. So we're going to come in about 1 inch around and we're going to start stabbing away, like so. We're going to fold in the sides to create our crust around the edges. Working all the ways around. Doesn't have to be too exact, as you know everything with me is a little bit rustic, so it's nice to have it nice and rough looking. Makes it look homemade, you know, the rougher it is. There we go, little pinch of salt, little drizzle of olive oil, and into that hot oven, 190 degrees Celsius. Now, while that's in the oven, let's get our spread ready. So on the bottom of our tart case, when it comes out of the oven, we're going to take some of this beautiful goat cheese, a little bit of dijon inside there, and a little drop of water. So the reason I'm putting the water in is just to help it spread better, kind of like butter. So just rub it and mix it all in with this nice smooth paste. Season up with a pinch of salt, but not too much. A crack of black pepper. Put anything, you don't have goat cheese like creme fraiche, mascarpone, Philadelphia, any kind of spreadable cheese mix, whatever. Perfect. Moving on, we're going to wait for our fish to come out of the oven and then we'll get back at it again. After 15 minutes, you can see our puff pastry has risen up nicely. And all we're going to do is take our fork, come back in to where our stab marks are, and just push that down. Just kind of we're just giving the puff pastry a little bit of head start, so it's super crispy in our tart. It's not soggy either. Beautiful. Now for our spread, don't have to be too precise with this, just throw it at it. The pastry is quite hot and it's quite delicate, so when it's hot like this, it should melt it down anyway. Don't put too much force onto the spoon, because you'd end up ripping the pastry apart, and just roughly spread it, because when it's in the oven it's going to melt down anyway and kind of evenly spread around. Beautiful. Now for the asparagus, over to the chopping board. With our asparagus we're going to line it up, measure it a little bit, so we're going to look at it like that, and we kind of line up that we're going to cut it about here. So line them all up, tap them all in a bit, and just have it. Oop. Pop them in, spread them out so they're not all up in big clumps together. It's okay if some are longer than the other and some are different sizes. It's all fine. Now, drizzle of olive oil. Try and get some of the pastry as well. Helps it brown up even more. Lots of black pepper. This is one of my absolute favourite kind of, it's like Saturday lunchtime kind of snacks that you can have. A little bit of salt. Perfect. And now make it rain cheese. So I'm using very good parmesan. Just going to dust it all over. It's okay to make as much as a mess as you want. back into the oven for another 10 to 12 minutes, and then we're done. Camera's up, and there it is, my beautiful little asparagus tart. Doesn't that look delicious? Look at all the little bits of goat cheese and it has oozed up around the asparagus. Now a lot of people at home will be wondering why I didn't pre-cook the asparagus first in like a pot of simmering salted water. I prefer to roast the asparagus in here with the flavour. It shrivels up the skin a little bit, it chars it a bit, and it gets a little bit more crunchy, a bit more of a raw taste, and not just soggy mush. You know, because we developed, as humans, you know, we evolved with jaws and teeth for a reason. That's to chew our food. So it's nice to have food that has a bit of bite and a bit of texture every now and then as well. All that's left to do is you can cover it with more cheese if you want, or just cut it up, or land it into the middle table, or whatever. I can leave it up to yourselves at home to think of all the different uses for this. As I said, it's a perfect little Saturday lunch or brunch. Like imagine it with a poached egg on top of it, or boiled egg, or any form of egg. Actually, in fact, smoked salmon and a bit of poached egg on top of that would be absolutely delicious. So leave it up to yourselves, whatever way you want to do it. And if you want to make loads of it, it freezes very, very well. Just cut it up into portions, pop into little freezer bags and into the freezer and defrost it whenever you're ready. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.